Good morning. Welcome to ABC123 Trader. This is Mike, and I guess it is October 12, 2020. It's 8:15, and I'm going to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving for the weekend. And what I'm trying to show you here today is how to use some of the indicators and what I'm trying to achieve here. My data is running really slow. It's kind of lagging right now, but I'm showing a little bit of the NinjaTrader order flow in combination of my indicators and how I merge the two together of try to pinpoint trades. So with that being said, and I'm building it for people that don't use order flow, but with that being said, let's start taking a look at what I'm trying to achieve here. Oh yeah, she's running slow. My chart is just grinding today. So I use the Williams indicator quite, of course, and I use the leap tracker, and I use the institution lines and the level lines. And what I'm trying to achieve here, you know what I got? Let me turn off this. Yeah, she's grinding today. My charts, everything is bad. I'm not getting my data feed here. My goal right now is to hit fib target 1 or level 1. And if I can do that, yeah, I can't use my mouse right now. If I can't do that, then I'll shut her down early. But on the bottom of the screen, you'll notice where the Williams white lines are. Okay. A vertical, bottom vertical line and a top vertical line, and how you use it is when I conjunction it with the order flow volume and the delta. That's where I want to pinpoint a trade, but there's a lot of signals that are showing at this point in time. In the first thing in the morning, you'll notice with about 10-15 minutes into the market open, levels are deciding, saying where we should enter a trade. Then all of a sudden you see at 10 o'clock I had a buy signal. I said, okay, let's see if it's confirmed. Next one is pattern recognition, W pattern, etc., etc. And we know where our market maker way down at 3470 is, so we're far away from that point. So we know, unless if it does a big drop off, we should be looking for bull markets. On the top right hand corner you can see is 0.69 now. So we know we have some time to push up on the market. So we're just going to let it run for a while. Now if I can take this crazy chart off here so I can show you, you know what, I'll have to close this chart because she's just grinding too much. I'm just going to close it. Now when it's all said and done, and if I'm using the delta, as you can see here, I'm using a combination of this order flow and delta, and I really don't need this for myself personally. I usually use this bar, and you see I was working on a different one, and that other bar will be completed so you can use it on non-time frame charts. But how you use it, and I have to add this number right here, and that number, just give me 1 second. Alrighty, so what this number represents, what we're looking at is, I look at percentage of delta of switching over, you know, positive delta, negative delta, positive delta. And what delta is the net difference of the asks and the bid price. And what I'm trying to do is, let's see if we can look at it higher. I'm not sure if I added it on here. What I'll do is I'm going to add one more indicator here. The levels. Let's go to levels. There we go. So we know I have 3504 to hit, maybe 3507. We already broken 3,500. So I'm going to open up my other indicators using Williams. I will use that pattern recognition plus areas of support and resistance. And when you do that, when you use those two together, you can pinpoint a really good trade. So I'm going to hopefully create another chart so it doesn't grind. But I'm going to create a brand new minute chart. And you'll see what I'm getting here and what I'm starting to notice. So I'm going to create a new chart. So we're going to look at pattern recognition here. So we're starting to tap off here. And you know what I might do? I'll just close this position because I am educating right now. So I'm up $137 right now on one trade. And let's see if I can get this thing working here. So we're wicking off here. Is this Henkanashi good? Okay, this is Henkanashi. So we're at the 3,500 level, and it still hasn't broken yet. So we had our first initial burst. We had a W pattern. And a W pattern is a good signal for continuation. Watch this. I'll probably get up to my first target, and I shouldn't have shut down, but that's fine. But what I'll use this for? Now let's go to first. We'll use the Williams. And with the Williams, yeah, so she's speaking out here. This energy is coming up. We need the energy to come down for the second wave. Okay? So how you use this, how I designed it. First it was a Bill Williams thing, and I said, let's see, because I was reading books and saying, Bill Williams has made millions of dollars and yada, yada, yada. So I said, okay, let's take a look at it. So, and then I started saying, well, kind of give you signals maybe back in the older days, but today it's a little more difficult with all the computer trading. So we have to start looking at more advantage ways for pinpointing trades. So what I did is when I created the Williams indicator in the beginning, and when I'm going to start pinpointing trades, I use these white lines as of areas of interest for entering trades. Okay? And then I had other indicators, and which I merged some of them. Some I use still as independent. But here is your momentum energy. And as you can see, the momentum was going down, and now momentum's pushing up. So what we wanted, and then this was from the original super trend, and I like the super trend by slope and energy. And as you can see, she's peaking out and turning around. So they're all peaking up, ready for a pullback. So that's how you use this in the beginning. And right now, the ES is running quite slow at 1.75. Well, actually, it's not bad. 1.75 on a minute chart. So we still have quite a bit of energy. And then you start using pattern recognition. What I'm going to add here as well on the Williams, there's an option. And I'm going to put it on here. There's a couple options. You can use a pullback sound. Display volume. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that option because that's why I think the thing's grinding up here. So I'm just going to, I have a lot of sound bites, and I'll just put just something simple. I'll use a red alert. Some type of sound that will trigger saying something's happening. And I also wanted a vertical line. There's a vertical line on here. Vertical line. Display vertical line peak. Yeah. Is it vertical? No, not this one. Momentum vertical line. I could use either or. But I like using the momentum one because when the momentum changes, see, this was supposed to be buying. Then it would come down, come up, come down. Then it would just give me enough signal to verify with my delta, like I was showing on the other chart, or my other indicators. It shows peaks and valleys of turnarounds. So when they're grouping, you can tell it's possibly of a turnaround. Grouping. Okay. That's the first thing I'll do. Now, the other thing, what I like doing is I could use the leap tracker, or yeah, I'll put the leap tracker back on. So I'll put the leap tracker with the institution line. Oh, first I have to add it, sorry. I'm saying, why is it not adding? Okay. I put the institution line. What I'll do is I'll turn off these colors, the deep blue and pink. I made it really aggressive so people to understand where certain lines in the sand are. But I'm going to make this transparent so I can just see the cloud. And what I'll do is I'm going to also turn off the trend bar for now. And I'll turn off signal 1 for now. I'll keep signal 2, 3, and 4. So what that shows you. Oh, and one more thing. We'll get into it. As you can see right here, this is the cloud, so we know we're an aggressive trend. And with the aggressive trend, we know this line in the sand too is my real true trading point of going if it's going to be a buy or sell. And look how it really deeps deep. And once I'm in this zone, I'm really actually kind of excited because I know I can get a really good trading opportunity for the day. Like, look at this, boom, and away you go. That's my favorite trade of all, by far. Once you get really close to that line, to the institution. But when you're not in that area, you'll have to look at different areas of opportunity. So when I use the leap tracker, as you can see, it will vibrate in this area. We look for our patterns, and away we go. Boy, she's been fighting a lot of volume there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so, and now what we have to do is we have to wait for this to peak out like this one. Do our pullback, and enter again. Now the nice thing, what just happened, literally on this video, this turned purple. And what that purple represents, now is perfect. It's excellent on this video. We're going to have another punch here, and this is our punch right now. This can represent exhaustion, and it's ready to turn. When you just see whites, it's usually a regular swing. I don't know if it's called swing, but energy peaks and valleys. But when this turns purple, now I'm confident enough that this is starting to become an exhaustion. Unless if this green really takes off past this the purple line. If it turns the purple line, then we'll see what happens. But this is usually our second wave attempt. This is kind of a divergence pattern now. You'll push up a little higher, as you can see, and then she's going to come back down. So it just did another peak. So this is peaking up perfectly. Okay? This is how I use the Williams. I saw this, great. This is moving up, and I've closed, I think, we're at 3,500, somewhere right around here, so it's still been playing around a point and a half. Okay, now what I'll do on top of that, if you have difficulty in trying to finding targets, that's why the levels were invented. So the levels indicator, and we're going to watch this today. I'm going to put this to a 1. 2 is I find this too thick for my screen, so I'll put it to a 1. And how this records, and I might have, you switch it to whatever you trade. So if you're trading London session, this is set for Eastern. I always set it for Eastern Standard Time. I don't even live in Eastern Standard Time, but I set it up at Eastern Standard Time, and then, but it all correlates to your server computer. So my computer right now is set to Eastern Standard Time, so I put this to Eastern Standard Time. That's how you work it. So if your computer says, for example, 7:30 in the morning, and that's New York open at your time, you set this to 7:30. But when you set this up, what it will do, it records whatever market session you want to be opened. And what you can see is I wanted to hit, this is the first, when we were first writing it, this was the theory of our first target, which we hit. And then I'm using Fibonacci targets for the second. So we broke, we would have already made from here to here 3.5 points. Mark it. So I'm not sure if you oh, okay, now I remember what that sound alert was. Okay, so the sound alert just called on my headset here. Scared me, actually. I forgot I put that on there. So now the Williams just told me there's possible this is peaking out maybe for a turnaround. It might go a few more times here because it's such a bullish market. Okay, so what we're looking for is to see if we hit target 1. It might just hit the level this or target or fib target 1 or level 1. If not, let it pull back. So what we have right now on the chart is we have our Williams, we have our leap tracker, and we have our levelers. Now what I'm going to do is, of course, I use, now it's going to be one of my foundations, of course, it's Market Maker. And Market Maker, as we know, we're so far away, so it doesn't really matter as much. But when we've been working on all those crazy days before, Market Maker areas of interest were crucial. So our Market Maker is way down here. Unless we have a major 30-point drop, hit down here, then we'll have to worry about it. But at this point in time, I think today we'll be fine. So, interesting. So it grinds up on Market Maker. Let me just check something here. I'm going to change one thing on the Market Maker, see if it will be not as grindy here. It is on bar close, so it shouldn't matter. Maybe there's just a lot of volume coming through right now. I'm going to remove that, see if it does the same thing again. We'll find out. Maybe it's just a lot of volume coming in. But so, as you can see, the first, second peak, we get our divergence pattern, and she's starting to pull back. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a serious pullback. And actually, the pullback I'm really going to be interested in is right here on this green line, first of all. And the reason why, and then I'll be looking for a W pattern, like another W. And the reason why is I'm with the levels line, right here, this yellow line here, is kind of like a 50% retracement within the level. And many times you'll see, if this thing doesn't continue up, it will come back, kiss this line, and go up. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add time scanner. Now the time scanner, I'm going to keep it on a 1-to-1 ratio right now. What that means is if you do not check this marking here, it's going to read the current chart and data mine it. What we're going to, and we will do that for now. And so right now we are currently at 1033, and at 1033 we have a sell signal. We peaked out almost to target 1, and now what we're going to do is we're going to let to see if this signal fails. And it looks like it might pass because we're right at the point in time, but it could fail. You know, you never know for verification. And let it come down. If it comes down, then we're going to set up for the 1057, and it's a really tight window here for time, but we will see. What we want to do is look for longer time frames. So what I'll do is, if there's too many little times here, see how it goes up and it worked, down, worked, up, worked, down, worked, up, failed, down, worked, up, really worked because we had a half-hour move. And now we have a 30 to 57 move. So the longer time frames are much better. But once you have a couple of the groupings here, this is more of a confirmation of a harder push. So as you can see, let's go back to the Williams. The Williams is diverging. We had our second push. We need a pullback here. so we can get into this time frame. So we have excellent time to wait because we're looking for a bullish trend to go up. Now, also what I add, this is how I'm setting up my trading chart. I have the time scanner, swing market analyzer. Now with the swing market analyzer, it was one of my first clients and he was a Wall Street trader at the time, or he worked in the pits, or I don't know. But he was telling me about the strength of the market analyzer, sorry. And so we were trying to do a mathematical formula, and I have to redo this. It all depends on the market. I have to talk to him again about that. But the main key is looking at your percentage. I'm going to turn off the price, and I'm going to turn off all the other features on the basics. I'll leave the swings on, because these are just for your swings, so you can see where your swing high and swing low is. And we're using a swing 5 for this example. Whatever you use, it all depends how you trade. So on a basic swing 5, so what the key is this number right here. Okay, so when you look at first thing in the morning, what you want to know is to see what side is the market bias. Is it up or down? This morning, of course, I slept in. When I started doing the video, it was actually when I really started to trade. I did a really quick pre-analysis, just a snapshot in time, and saying, okay, yeah, she's bull today. And I was right in the W pattern, and I said, oh, let's take this baby. So now we hit fib target 1, as you can see. See, I should have kept that trade in there. But when you're trying to teach and do this at the same time, it's kind of difficult. So it looks like the market's failing, but she's almost really tired. I think 11.14 is going to be our big pullback push. So it might still keep on going. Because now it's 1, 2. Yeah, it's most of the time the Williams will do. Let me see here. Oh, that was 4. Oh, yeah, it's a bull day. Let me see here. I need a good example here. Right here. Usually it'll go 1, 2, and then turn around. Majority of the time. Okay. So this is a runner right now, so I have to give it some time to hit level 1. Because now she's going to hit pretty much level 1 now. From 304 to whatever level 1 level is. And as you can see, it's a bull day. By far, it's a bull day. Okay? And so, this is my basic chart for trading. Now, if you want to add the last feature, and I'll put the template on there for today's video. Another really nice indicator, of course, is the day trend. I've got to find out I have 2 day trends here. I added something when I was coding. So on this day trend here, I'll put a specific time frame, and I'll put it for 10 minutes. So basically what I'm doing is, and it was actually another one of a trader that actually said, can you just change a few things? And because I used to have this as a 1-to-1 ratio, now it's a 1-to-many ratio for whatever you want. But what I'll do is I'll put that on, but I'm going to turn off some of the features here so we don't have as much noise on the chart. We're going to turn off all the Fibonacci extensions. Okay. We'll keep the line, box, and prices all together. And this one too. We'll keep the background, but I'm going to put it to 5%. 5% background color. And sure, I'll keep the range line on there. Okay, now what this is going to show you is called bias of the market. If you're up constantly all the time, you'll have backgrounds of selling opportunities to buying opportunities. Okay, see, that was an inversion to reds. Okay, so how it works. I'll have to test it a little more on the ES. Oh, see, look how it hit it perfectly. Remember, this is my favorite trade right here. The institution line. So the institution line hit, But what these lines are areas of interest, using also Fibonacci math to find areas of interest of buying. So at 8:30, it said, my day trend saying, you know what? It's going to be a buying opportunity day. Right here, as soon as at 8:30 in the morning, it's he said the energy has changed, and it's time to start buying. Well, you can jump in right away, but you never know. You know, you like to see how the market performs. Market opens. Here's 9:30, 9:48, 10 o'clock, of course, is a key time. But look, so it was dropping down like crazy, telling our level lines. But with the day trend, it tells you, you know what? This is just a Fibonacci retracement, and this is an area where you want to buy a limit order. Plus, you have an institution line. Well, we got two areas of confirmation possibly to go up as well. They pushed it down, hit target 1. So if you were thinking you're short selling, boom, you hit it, and away you go. Boom, target to target. Isn't that amazing? Now, the market makers play these dumb games to dump off again. Look at it. It hits the institution line. Okay, let me just check something. My alarm went off. So did we peak out again? So 1, 2, 3. She's pushing up higher, higher, higher. She's getting there. Now let's go back. We were right. Which one was it? And let's go back. It just turned green. Let's find our other one right here. So it came back down here. Another buying opportunity. Away we go. Try to do it again, pushing farther down, and it looked like, oh, we're stair-stepping down. It's going to be a sell-off, but this was actually a day trend buy. Now we got into the super sweet spot, I call it. This is your deeper Fibonacci retracement, and then it went off to, it went off to the races from here all the way up. From 11 o'clock for the rest of the day. So from 13, let's say 1390, we'll say 1390. It's a little less, all the way to 1420, and it took off. Oh yeah, and that was the day when Trump announced, no, we're not going to do stimulus. Boom, away you go. So, and I remember trading that day. I was saying, oh, it's so boring, because it was playing within the zone. But having the day trend, you could say, yeah, it's boring, but let's say if we can get a peel off from here, 1 trade opportunity, 2 trade opportunities, looks like it's failing, 3 opportunities, away you go. And so when it goes from buying opportunities to selling opportunities, right now we're in a buying opportunity. There we go. There's our pullback. Okay, and now we're waiting. 10:33. We're going to wait till 10:57, see what happens. This is, we hit our fib target 1, which it was supposed to. And our cloud is too strong. We know we still have to go up. We need a deeper retracement so we can get back to, this would be really amazing if it did a big sharp drop, but I don't think it's going to happen now. But we'll see. Let this energy turn around and go. Actually, one more indicator. I know I'm throwing a lot out here today, but so you can understand, if you think it's going to peak out and exhaust, I'll put on actually volume bars. Not volume delta today. Volume delta was an add-on to the volume bars. So with the volume bars, you have a lot of volume. You can do it by volume or by percentage. Okay, I set it for market open. So what it will do, you have sure, I'll leave it for now. High volume. Whenever you see high volume blue bars, there's yellow in different colors, but we're going to focus just on the blue, and I can put it back to the other one. These are the only two I'm really interested in. If you see high volume blue bars, you know when it exhausts, that's the line of the sand basically for support and resistance. Okay. Now, if you go back in time, what you can do is we'll go F6 here, earlier in the day, earlier in the day, earlier in the day, I'd actually hit the peak here, but high, low, high, low. Where was the low? Low, high. Ah, that's good enough. We'll delete that one for now because there's kind of mixed. We know it's in somewhere in that zone. So when you're doing that, if it ever comes down, there was a peak here. Oh, that's good enough. We had this line. Let me take a look here. Where was this line designed? Oh, it was from this one. Okay. So remember this line at 819. 819, and as you can see, once we broke the swing, it came back and touched where the high volume was, and it continued. Okay, that's how we use high volume bars. There will be areas of support and resistance. So when you're using that for support and resistance, use that as well with the market maker. Okay, now last one, I'm going to put the market maker back on. I was just testing to see if it was grinding, and now I can hear my computer not grinding, so probably it's not the market maker. It was just a lot of volume coming through my router. And if I add this and it starts grinding again, then I know I have to take a look at it. Let's see if my computer locks up with market maker here. Maybe it is market maker. I'll have to see why it's doing that. It shouldn't be doing anything. It's a very, very straightforward algo. No, it's fine. It's not grinding. So, and that's about it. And so, yeah, it's working. So now when I'm looking at my volume, what I was trading this morning, and I wish I didn't shut her down, but that's okay. Where I started my original trade and I shut her down at the, what is it? It's actually 3501. See where it was vibrating here. What I'll do, because if you own the software, you do have volume bars. So volumetric bars. What I'll do is I will look at this delta, this line here, 223.7, and I'm gonna, my favorite ones, when I'm getting into it, I will look for right here numbers like this, you know, kind of like say 30-point swings. So went from 30 to 30, okay, pull back 30 to 30, away we go, boom, blah, blah, blah. That's what you look for. And then, but I will do that in conjunction on the W pattern of the real areas of support and resistance, and away you go. This is a half-hour video. I'll tell you guys, it's a half-hour video, educational, so you guys don't have to go through everything. I just need to try to teach you and educate you guys how to use some of these indicators. And because I have too many, I guess too much work to do and too little time right now. So I'm just trying to get it out, and so we can get you guys to become a consistent trader and see not only what I see, but it will assist you to pinpoint trades. If you have any, join our Discord group if this is the first time you're watching this video, and because there is a free trial out there, and we want you guys, I want you especially to be consistent. Other than that, just make sure you pinpoint your trades, trade safe, and you guys have a great day. Bye.